Yes, you should talk to the performer's parents before rehearsal starts. Find out what their day has been like. Find out, have they eaten? Have they used the bathroom? Ask as many questions as you think will affect your time with them as possible. And afterwards, tell them what happened, tell them what great things that happened, and let them know things that you're working on with them. It'll help them to perhaps use some of the tools you've used with them during Prism Project to use at home. When you have a performer during rehearsal, you have lots of responsibilities. The first one is to support them during all portions of the day. That goes from the opening before we start anything, while they're roaming around for a minute or two while we're waiting for other performers to arrive. If that means finding some way for you to socialize with them, or maybe even to socialize with other performers, that would be fantastic. During the warm-ups, you are supposed to help them be engaged. Sometimes just by you being engaged, that will help them to be engaged and help to support them. And it's hard sometimes. You want to have a lot of fun while you're there, but you have to make sure that your eyes and your support are for the performer, not yourself. You also, during rehearsal, when you're in music or theater or dance, you need to kind of gauge where their level of independence is, if they need you, or if it's better for them to really be in rehearsal trying to do the things on your own but need a different level of support from you. So let's say there's somebody in a group and they can't stay engaged with what's going on in the rehearsal. You're going to need to do a little bit more. You might need to be near them, you might need to redirect them. If there's someone who just gets distracted every once in a while during rehearsal, you'll be able to step back more and spend more time building a relationship with them rather than supporting their engagement during the rehearsal. If you don't have a performer during rehearsal, there's lots to do. First of all, we'll probably stick you with one group or the other, and we'll have you stay with them. You need to get to know the people in the group. You need to get to know what kind of support they need as well. Step in if someone needs to take someone to the bathroom. I wouldn't step in if someone needs help with a behavior unless the buddy asks you. Sometimes there are things in place that you might not know about, and it's better for you to just hang back until somebody asks you. Also, to just be another person engaged in the rehearsal. Again, that'll help the other kids to be engaged. And also to be able to socialize with the kids will be another friend for them. Unless a buddy specifically asks for your help, do not step in. If you're concerned about a situation, go talk to one of the behavior specialists, and they might be able to clue you into something that's already been set. Sometimes you need to anticipate that you're going to need help before you even step in the room. When you pick up your performer downstairs, you might be able to tell that there's something going on. One, because of the way they're acting, if they're acting differently than they have before. Also, if mom and dad or whoever drops them off says that they are having a rough day, that might be a great time to ask somebody to keep an eye on what you're doing or give you suggestions. Another good time for asking for help is when you need it. Don't wait until things start to go wrong. Ask for help as soon as you need it. You shouldn't be embarrassed. We all need help. I ask for help all the time. We all do. Nobody knows all the answers all the time, so please ask and don't keep it quiet, because what you're here for is to help the kids, and that's the best way to help them. You can ask the behavior specialist for assistance if you need it. If anyone else in the room also has experience working with a child or performer that you have, they might also be someone else that can help. If you are stepping in for a buddy, if you're subbing for somebody else, you might also ask the other people in your group if they have any other ideas of what has worked in the past. That's a good
We usually ask the buddies to come about 30 minutes early and sign in, and then they need to grab a buddy schedule as well as the buddy pairing list so that they know who they are paired with that week or if they are not paired with someone that week. They also need to grab a t-shirt for their buddy and then help set up so that the directors have a smooth running rehearsal.
If the performer is using profanity to gain attention, other performers should be moved away and the behavior should be ignored. Also attempt to redirect the performer. Another option is to tell them it's inappropriate and remove a favorable item or activity.
Buddies need to stay with their performers through the whole sign-in and sign-out process. This is important because a lot of the performers have behaviors where they feel they need to hide or run away from their buddies. We like to keep the pairings consistent each week, but it really depends on the buddy to performer ratio.
First, assess if they're trying to escape a situation, allow them to go once, and then prompt them to go back to rehearsal. If they continue to ask to go to the bathroom as an escape, redirect them and then ignore. Try to determine what may be causing the distress. Ask them if they're able to verbalize it, and also attempt to redirect and provide positive praise for appropriate behaviors. Attempt to redirect them to something less physical, like a high five, a secret handshake. Also prompt the performer to ask for hugs before touching. Allow hugs in socially appropriate situations and appropriate times, and attempt to redirect. Use specific verbal praise. Identify exactly what behavior you like from them. You were a great dancer. I love the way you sang the song. You're being a good friend. I like the way you're listening quietly. Avoid, good job. That's awesome. Identify exactly what is good or awesome so the performer knows what they did to earn the praise.